Dude, there is an unbearable amount of cops out today. And what makes it worse is I came out today to make like a little video on how I do wheelies for there to be so many cops out right now. Ain't something that makes me very happy. Someone asked, how do you do wheelies? I don't know if I'm the best person to give a demonstration for this, but I'll do it. 'Cause I'm professional. I'm really close to this guy's lane. That's fine. They make it. I'm just a bike, you can hit me. Wowzers, man. You can do so much in here. There's just a lot of room for activity. See how good I am at this. I'm pretty good. Thank you, Morgan. You are pretty good. I know. Okay, so my little helpful tips for wheeling is if you're on this bike, some people say like start in first gear and then kind of goose it, but this thing's first gear feels really weird. Like it's very, it like doesn't have a lot of punch, like there's not a lot, and then all of a sudden it'll just go woo, pick you right up, but then you're like really high in the rev range, and I don't like doing that. Doing wheelies with keep your foot over the brake, always do that. I feel like that's just no. It's very, first gear doesn't feel right on this bike. You can try it, practice it, you know, feel what the wheel will feel like when it comes up, but I don't know. I just don't like first gear. It feels like I'm revving it out like way too much. But second gear is where I like to do them. But like getting up to like 30 miles an hour and then popping the clutch, that's just where it needs to be. And what does a clutch pop feel like? It's popping the clutch. You rev it up and then you let it out. There is kind of like a nice comfort zone. Don't let it out too slowly and don't completely just release it. It's kind of like a nice right in between. You'll feel it eventually. All it is just practice. I feel like the big thing too is just making sure your foot's over that rear brake, because I mean, you'll crash once and that'll teach you to always put your foot over it. That's what I had to do. And hey, now my foot is always over it. Yeah, but first gear, it comes up weird because you really got to get up in the RPMs, and then it slams down because it's so high up in the RPMs. So that's why I like second gear. It just feels nicer, and it'll stay in that for longer. It's pretty long second gear, I feel. To a real road. This thing likes doing it. Since there's no tachometer, you can't see what you're doing. You can't really see what revs you're at. So I feel like 30, 35 is good. Is a good place to do it at. We really will start out kind of like, you know, very small little, like this. That's fine. Just go up as high as you are comfortable. Because eventually that will get like, okay, I'm used to that. And you'll go up a little higher. And they'll be like, okay, I'm used to that. Then it'll go up higher. And then eventually it'll be kind of bouncing. And you'll be like, okay, this is comfortable. I'm fine with this. I'm going to go around you if traffic allows. And also one thing, when I'm doing a garbage job explaining this, and I understand, but I'm not that good, so it makes sense as to why it's not that good. But whenever I come up, I always have to remind myself a little more throttle. Like I'm getting up, and then I feel like I'm good, but then I start coming back down. So for me, once you're at a more comfortable point in it, you got to remind yourself, okay, it's a little more throttle next time. You know, yes, it's coming up, but it'll drop back down soon. So you need to give it just a little more throttle next time. Oh, train tracks. I got this bike originally because I wanted to like do a little more stunty things like wheelies and stoppies, which I have learned to do. And now I actually like doing wheelies specifically on my 900 just because it will. Oh my god, traction control turned off. I like my 900 because you can wheelie like anywhere, whereas this thing, it just likes being in that second gear. But this thing is so much more comfortable to wheelie because when it's up there, police station, because when it's up there, it floats just beautifully, which I believe is like a Supermoto trait. Wowzers. Camden Police Station. See, the police station's right behind me. I think this is like the perfect spot. And I do find myself leaning left all the time. Every single bike I'm on, I lean left. I don't know why. Maybe my left side's a little thicker than most. Second gear is the way to go, so it doesn't rev out so much. Keep your foot over the rear brake because the rear brake saves your ass, literally. Lean back a little bit too, that's one thing I forgot. That was awful. You know why? Because I didn't let out the clutch soon enough. There we go. That was a pretty good one. And you know why? It's because when I was up there, I realized I was going down, and I was like, give it a little more throttle. Gotta give it a little more throttle sometimes, and then it'll come up a little bit more. And this thing has a quick shifter, so you can just hold it and shift at the same time, which is what I was doing there. Lucky little me, am I right? Whenever I do wheelies, I always go over to the right lane and all the way to the right. Because I know I'm going to find my way over to the leftmost spot. Hey, maybe my cutesy little video on how I do wheelies helped someone out there. It helped someone. You never know. Maybe it was just an excuse for me to get out on the 701 and make a video. I guess that's one thing I need to figure out for myself, my homework. How to turn at mid-wheelie. It's like y'all can tell me. Okay, so this is embarrassing. I just figured out why I can't do a burnout. I'm squeezing the rear brakes while trying to do it. How goofy of me. But I figured that out. And that solves a lot of my problems. Yes. I'm learning new things every day. That was my first knee wheelie on this thing. Wasn't very good, but okay. Those are like really comfortable, actually. I'm not like, I don't feel swirly or anything. That's actually kind of interesting. Oh, that's so sad. That was such a good wheelie, and then I hit a false neutral. Oh. I was sitting back there, I was going in a straight line, first time ever. But no, false neutral. Getting a little distracted, maybe. This is private property. Okay, our little detour came to an end. Wow. Oh my gosh.